Okay, Richard, you can start.
Okay, we will start the second portion of our activities tonight. Our regular council meeting. We have an agenda before us. I think you have a couple of changes in it, Denise, no?
Yeah, 3B is the minutes from the public meeting and the appended responses. And 8A, which is the zoning bylaw for the carries. Okay, I forgot to put it on there under new business.
Okay,
Counselor Stevens will approve the agenda.
with the adjustments.
Yep.
Second deal, Scott.
Thanks, Derek and Dale. Anyone opposed? It is carried. Does anyone have a declaration of pecuniary interest in what we have here tonight? Seeing none. Our last regular council meeting was on February the 12th. Motion to put those on the floor. Linda? And Rose. Any comments or questions on those minutes? Anyone opposed? Then they are carried. And the other set of minutes had to do with the public meeting in Prague on the 11th of February. Motion to put those on the floor.
So moved, Counselor Stevens.
Derek? Dale?
Yes.
Oh, you weren't there. You weren't there. Brian?
Oh, Dale was there, Brian wasn't.
Dale was there.
Dale was there, Brian wasn't there.
Good to go.
The one in Prague?
Yeah,
Brian was there.
nope.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was.
I
I
wasn't.
was there.
He
I
was
just
there.
wasn't up front.
He wasn't attending, he was attending the meeting, but he wasn't part of the meeting.
All right. All right, Dale, we've got you.
Okay.
Anyone opposed or comments or questions on these minutes? Denise has gone through and did a good job in answering the questions. As you know, those of us who were there, things got a little bit delayed and it was getting late at night, so we decided we would call it at about 9:30. And Denise then solicited all of us for any thoughts and comments we had on the questions that had been submitted. And interjected them into the process here so that everybody's had an opportunity to see them. Any comments? Go ahead, John.
I just received these this evening,
Mhm.
so, haven't had a chance to really sit, read, and digest everything that's been, accumulated in answers for the public by Denise, so.
Would you like to just delay it for another
No,
council meeting?
yeah, receive it as information.
Okay. Do that, can't we, Denise?
I could just, yes, I could write the motion that the minutes were deferred to the next council meeting.
Okay.
The acceptance of the minutes were deferred.
So you're making that motion then, John?
Yes, I'll make that motion for you.
Seconder, please.
I'll second it.
Yes.
I agree with John.
Well, actually, there was already a motion to accept the minutes, so that has to be dealt with first before there's any motion. The motion was from Eric and Dale, and that was to accept the minutes of the public meeting.
Right,
So now do you need another motion to defer it?
We need to finish that motion first, unless you want to make an amending motion.
well, that's just to accept the minutes and then we're going to defer it. So,
Once they're accepted, you don't need to defer them, they're accepted.
unless you amend it. Amended, amended motion.
You will make a motion to amend the original motion. So that
Amend
minutes are
the
not
motion to
accepted in
accept
this
it and defer it.
Yes. That would make sense.
Okay, so is there a seconder for that?
I second it.
John and Linda.
Okay, so open it in the motion. And for next meeting. Okay, so then
Any comments or questions on that amended motion?
no, this is a three-part thing, remember, Richard, this is where it gets confusing. So the motion on the floor now is to amend the original motion. Does that have you gotta call the question on
Yeah,
whether they
opposed.
got to?
Amending the original motion,
So,
so it's accepted.
so is there anybody against the amendment to the motion?
Well, we have discussion on it. Why are we amending the motion?
Because people haven't had a chance to read the replies.
Well, the replies were supplied at the meeting that night, except for council supplies and or answers to the questions and if council doesn't know what their answers were before that meeting, why do you need to?
I did try to fill in where council, because you didn't provide any response to me, John.
That's right.
Rose didn't, Linda did not. I had some responses, short responses from Dale, I had some responses from Richard, and I didn't receive any responses from either Brian or Derek.
Yeah.
So I responded as best I could, as positively as I could, I thought,
Well, there's no need to rush this through, like we wanna.
well,
Make
the
sure
public is waiting for the responses. I've had 3 calls. As to what-
Calls to.
Yeah, as to when the minutes are going to be published. I apologize for getting them to you today, but it's a busy time of year. It's tax time, we're working on financial papers and,
So so us receiving this with the amended motion allows us to post it to the site so that people can look at it up.
no, because you're not accepting it.
We're not-
I can't publish a draft copy, because that's what technically it is.
I think we need to have time to look at it.
Yeah, I don't see any need to rush it through. It's the document that involved a lot of people and a lot of people were wanting the answers and I wanna make sure that we're processing the answers that everybody's comfortable with.
Okay, well, it would have been a lot easier, and I know I'm sounding a little off here, if council had responded. That way I could have put your answers in it instead of guessing as to what might have been. And I'm sorry I'm sounding a little ticked off, because it was hard to write 11 pages of answers to questions that council weren't gonna answer. Okay, so getting back to the minutes, we have a motion on the table from Basalen and Farquhar, and the motion is to amend the main motion. We're not voting on the main motion or the amended motion, we're voting on just the amendment. Do we want to amend the motion? That's the question. With the amendment that John proposed, and then what I'll do is then I will read the amended motion, and that will stand as the new motion that you're going to vote on.
Well, time for comments, and if you wanna comment on it.
I don't see the need. We have the minutes here, the questions, people were at the meeting. I thought, I didn't actually need to answer these questions because I think I answered most of the questions at the meeting, with the public. There was 120 people that turned out that night, and I think their comments were well taken. And, I don't know why we can't just accept the minutes of the meeting. I was there, it was a meeting, so.
It's the will of council and majority rules, can't do much about it.
Here,
Dale,
hello?
Well, yeah, hello Dale.
Yeah, thanks, Richard. There was quite a few questions that came in that were not answered. I mean, the meeting went on, so there was questions that were left unanswered. I tried to answer some of those as brief as I could, but yeah, they were still questions out there. So I would like to look at this. I would like to look at this document that's come in this afternoon, and I'd like to read each response here.
All
Denise,
right, we're gonna vote on this amendment then, and
Okay,
put it
so
on the board.
the question is council in favor of amending the motion with the amendment that John proposed? Is there any objections to that?
I'm objecting to it.
Okay, so that motion is passed.
Okay, now where are we going?
Now, the actual motion that's going to be voted on is that council accept,
No,
no. Yeah, that council accept the minutes for, no,
no,
that council defer the minutes till the next meeting. It'll just be a deferral. That's the easiest way.
And we had, John and Linda agree to that?
No, it's a brand new motion.
Oh, all right,
So is that the next council meeting?
yes,
Is that what you're
yes.
referring to?
I'll make
Being
that
on both.
motion, yeah.
Okay, Dale, seconder,
I'll second it, Brian.
all right,
I'll-
Brian,
Okay, so the motion that passes that we defer the minutes till the next council meeting. Okay,
anyone opposed?
yeah, still opposed. Don't know why we just can't tell the people what's going on.
Meeting
moving on.
is deferred. All right, but I do hope that people take the time to consider what was said at that meeting. There was not as big a crowd of council there as they wanted, but, you have these minutes now to review and hopefully everything will work out the way it should. Delegations and petitions, we have none. So we will move on to our committee reports. And I guess the only one is the Finance and Economic Development Committee on the 19th of February.
And we did have a safety, security and health meeting. However, there was no motions from that committee meeting to go to council.
So it was an SSH, but no motions. Thanks, Denise. Okay, Finance and Economic, we have a recommendation that the draft bylaw 2026-14, which is a regulation for recreational trailers and vehicles, be accepted with changes and that be given its first reading and that a 90-day comment period be set.
Motion, yeah. It's fine.
Dale and John. Comments, questions, folks? Anyone opposed? It is carried. And we need to have the recommendation that the draft bylaw 2026-11, which is an administrative monetary penalty system, be given its first reading and that a 30-day comment period be set.
I will make that motion, Mr. Chair.
Thanks, Brian
I will second it.
and Linda. Comments, questions? Anyone opposed?
Counselor Stevens opposed.
It is carried. Sorry, did you have something there, Brian? No? Okay, sorry. And
Before we put this on the table, I'd like to amend it now before we even bring it to the table. The final taxation bylaw is a housekeeping bylaw. It allows us to complete the budget cycle. So I would appreciate it if we could drop off the 30-day comment period, as that will delay the passing of the budget.
I thought we did that already.
Well, that's the motion that came, and I want you to take that out even before it gets to the floor.
Okay.
All right, so the motion then would be that the Finance and Economic Development Committee recommended council that bylaw, we'll take out the word draft, because it's not draft. Bylaw 2026-05 final taxation be given its 3 readings and be duly passed.
Counselor Stevenson do that.
Second, Dale.
Derek and Dale. Makes sense. Anybody opposed? It is carried. We can't hold up the treasury. And we have a recommendation to approve the check register for the month of January 2026 in the amount of $749,185.48.
Motion, Dale Scott.
Thanks, Dale. And Rose, comments, questions on that report? Anyone opposed? It is carried. And we have a recommendation to accept the letter from the Ombudsman of Ontario dated February the 12th, 2026, regarding a closed meeting investigation for December the 17th, 2025. As information and further, that the letter be posted to our website. Rose?
John,
I'll,
second that for you.
I'll second that.
Oh, Brian, no.
We got you first there, John, this time around. So Rose and John, comments, questions on that report? Anyone opposed? It is carried. And now we go down to new business for the bylaw that deals with the carry issue that we just had earlier today. And it is bylaw number 2026-15.
Counselor Stevenson make that comment.
Derek
Second, Dale Scott.
and Dale. Any comments or questions? Anyone opposed? It is carried. Thanks, everybody. We do need a confirming bylaw. In case we need some more bylaws.
I'll make that motion for you.
Brian and John. Thank you, everybody. I will take a final motion here tonight. Rose and Dale, I think.
Yeah.
We're having problems with your machine there too, Dale. And we are adjourned.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Take care. Thanks, Raymond.
Thanks, Raymond.